everybody. There's a lot more people than expected, which is amazing. I love the fact that you all like missing fireworks for us. This is great. We'll try and make some of our own, yeah? It's all good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there anyone here that's never been to one of these before? Hi. It's fine. It's not scary. We don't need to call Ghostbusters. All you need to do is if Melinda comes to you or if she says anything that you think might apply to you, just pop your hand up and say hello. And just give her nice yes/no questions because she's not hungry, she doesn't need feeding. We don't feed the medium here, do we?
Unless it's a glass of wine.
This is very true. Yeah, we do cakes afterwards, but we don't do anything else. So, yeah, welcome everybody. I am going to pass over to Melinda and see if she'll do an opening prayer for us, which would be great.
Good evening. And it's lovely to be back here. I was just saying, because of all that happened last year, it's been since 2019, which seems like years and years, light years away.
It's COVID years, that was 20.
And I'd on Brexit, and then I'd on the loo roll crisis, and then I'd on...
And the pasta crisis.
And the pasta crisis, then I'd on the petrol crisis, and then I'd on some more loo roll crisis, and now I'd on the turkey crisis, so yeah. So it's all madness. If you'd just like to join us, so open up the evening, either just close your eyes or just sit in the peace and quiet and just enter into the peace and quiet and leave all your problems, any worries outside the door just for a short while. O dear Father God, great Spirit of infinite love, as we gather here tonight as one, we do ask for your loving thoughts of healing to go out into this world where healing is so greatly needed. And we're aware, dear Father, that so many souls are in need, not only at home but abroad. We ask where there's famine and hunger, may food be provided for those that are hungry. Where there's those without a roof, may shelter be offered. To the young as well as those who all are living on the streets. And I'm very aware of so many young children and young people that are living on the streets. We ask, please, for there's those that live in war, may there be peace. Where there's conflict, may there be brotherhood. May there be shared love between all. We ask for the light to be placed around those that we wouldn't normally call nice people out into this world, but we're aware that they do need the light to surround them, to bring the light into this world. Ask, please, for the animal kingdom, not only our domestic pets, but the animals of the earth, the air and the sea, which bring us so much beauty and so much joy, and have a right to live side by side, man. And Mother Earth herself, as we do live within a beautiful world with the plant life and the trees, and as we enter into the autumn, we see all the colours changing, and we await the spring where the new bulbs will grow. And the earth replenishes itself. So we do ask for that healing thought. For myself, dear Father, I ask that my guides and inspirers join close, that I simply take their hand and we work as one, that I'm able to be used tonight to draw a veil with the two worlds and bring the two worlds together. I simply offer up myself tonight to be used in your name with your love. Amen.
Thank you, that was lovely. I've got our healing list here. Now, all I need you to do, because we have not got our healing hymn at the moment because of COVID and we're not all singing and shouting at each other, I'm going to read out the names on the healing list, and all I need you to do afterwards, we're going to have a few seconds silence, just have a little moment of quiet. All I need you to do is picture all of this lovely healing, lovely energy, however you want to picture it, however you want to send it, just send it out to the people in the world that need it, the people mentioned in this book, and just visualise them just being in a better place, just having some extra help, having a bit of love that they probably don't have at the moment. Great Spirit, We thank you for your love, blessings and protection, all that we have had and all that we have yet to receive. We ask for healing and love to go to those who need it, those who are vulnerable as the cold days and nights draw in, our animal kingdom and those mentioned in this book. On our healing list, we've got Vicky, Darren, Summer, Uncle Tony, Uncle Peter, Auntie Irene, Mel, Avril, Susan and Ken, Chris Parker, Tony Knott, Dee, Heidi, Maureen, Roy, Marina and family, Lawrence, Keith, Ronnie, Lloyd, Lauren, Karen, Brian, Bob, Sarah, Steve and Laura. And if you haven't had a chance to put their names in the book, don't worry, you can put it in afterwards, or at this moment, just picture them, the people that you need. So we're just going to take a moment. Thank you, that was lovely. I've just got a tiny little reading for you today. Because one of the things, I don't know if Melinda's the same, one of the things I get asked so often doing this sort of job is when new members of the family join us, do the ones that have gone before know about them? Do they see them? Are they there? Are they hanging around? Are they looking after? And this little story I picked up today, I think is just a nice little proof that the answer is yes. It's a lady called Lee Bradley, and she just had a little baby, and she said, holding my newborn son in my arms, I looked down at his perfect little face, and I felt tears welling up in my eyes. George, born in May 2021, was my second son, and I was over the moon to be a mum again, but it was bittersweet. My granddad had passed in October 2020, and my granny followed him just 6 weeks later. Granddad's passing was expected after a long illness, but granny's came as a shock. My family and I were unable to spend any of her last few weeks with her in hospital due to coronavirus restrictions, although we managed to spend a few precious hours with her on the day that she passed. It broke my heart that my grandparents would never get to meet George. They had such a wonderful relationship with his big brother William, now 6. They were the first people that I would have shared my joy with, my new house, new baby. I'd had such high hopes for 2021 when it started, as my granny would have been 90 years old, as I turned 40 in July. And now suddenly, just like that, she was gone. My granny was a very spiritual person. She told me she had ghostly visitations in the past from spirits whom she believed were her own parents. I'd never seen a ghost myself, but just after Granny died, I found myself crying alone in my bed one night. Unable to sleep, I lay there sobbing, and suddenly I felt a gentle finger brushing my cheek as if someone was wiping away the tears. It was no dream, I was wide awake. Thank you, Granny, I whispered, smiling through my tears. It could only have been her. And she's not the only one to have visited our home. Recently, after gently placing George to sleep in his crib, I clambered into bed, exhausted. My husband tiptoed in to bring spare bottles of formula ready for George's nighttime feed when he headed off for his night shift. A couple of minutes later, I felt a hand on my shoulder, just a soft touch, as if someone was trying to get my attention without frightening me. I turned, expecting to see my husband there, having forgotten to tell me something, but there was no one there. Instead of feeling scared, I was comforted. Don't ask me how I knew, but I was certain that I'd been visited by my granddad. I whispered out loud, I love you too. No, if you could just get George to sleep through the night, that would be great. I know for a fact that our loved ones may be on the other side, but they still watch over us. They'll let us know when they're there when they can. Love is the only thing that stretches across that divide. Well, I don't know if Melinda's got anything else she would like to say or add before she does her stuff tonight.
Does my stuff?
Does your stuff, do your thing, yeah.
I don't know about doing my stuff, have I? As I said when I first stood up here and I was talking to Willow, just as we come into the room, it has been a tough time. It's been a very difficult time, and it's been a time full of sadness. And I work with children and young people with disabilities, a lot of children with autism and other complex needs. And mental health is something that features very much in my work. Not only with children, but with parents as well, with family members. And mental health is huge. And the pandemic definitely has not helped, and it's added on to that. So, you know, I just want to say that it's okay to not feel okay some days. It's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to cry. My mum always used to say crying is a release. It's better to cry than to bottle it up and keep it in. And a lot of people do keep it in. And through my job especially last year, when I couldn't make some of the home visits that I would normally make, apart from the home visits that by law I have to make, that I spent a lot of time on the phone talking to parents. And mums just wanted to talk, they just wanted to offload. And, you know, a lot of people just want someone to talk to. So it's been a very, very tough time for a lot of people. And for those people that are aware of spirit, we do tend to pick up on other people's feelings. And like all of you here would pick up on someone else's feelings. Or you'd enter a room and you'd be able to think, oh, there's been an argument here, or, you know, you do pick up on things. So, you know, just when you do pick up on people's feelings and you do, you know, have people kind of offload you, it's not a bad thing to help as much as you can, and then to say to yourselves, that's all I can do. I've had to learn that one over the many years I've done my job. So I take my job home with me, and I lay in bed and I try to work out other people's problems, and, oh, should I do this or should they do that? And I think, no, I can't do that. And it's very hard to have that cut-off point. But my friend here is just telling me that cut-off point for everyone is vital. Help as much as you can, listen and be there for people as much as you can. And doing that, you are working for spirit. Don't have to be a medium just to work for spirit. Okay? Healing is wonderful. You know, sending up those healing thoughts, you're working for spirit. Listening to someone, you're working for spirit. Helping in whatever way you can, you're working for spirit, okay? So never forget that, forget that. And never put yourselves last. Put yourselves first. And never feel guilty for putting yourself first, because we have to sometimes. Just to bring back Willow's point and Willow's reading, my mum passed 21 years ago now, and beside her bed she had, my dad bought a little musical box, and it was a Christmas one, and it played Father Christmas Is Coming to Town. And every night my dad used to wind it up for my mum, and my mum used to lay there, listen to it and fall asleep. And when my dad passed, I took over as my mum's carer, and used to do the same, as my mum had Parkinson's disease. And I was going through a bit of a tough time last year, like everyone else, thinking, oh, I should be able to do this, I should be able to do that for families, and think about various children that I was working with, and various court cases that I had. And I was laying in bed one night and I was thinking, oh, all this was going on. And I hadn't touched my mum's musical box. And it was on the shelf. And all of a sudden I heard, thank you, take away the emotion, Father Christmas Is Coming to Town. And it wasn't on only for a few minutes, only for that time. And I said, thank you, Mum. And it stopped. I've been lucky to be aware of spirit since I've been in my cot. I used to see spirit, like looking at all of you here. I was building up again to see spirit again, plainly. And sometimes it's not, well, some people say, oh, it's a curse to pick up this and pick up that, you know. And I say no, because it gives me a lot of insight. I have people that work with children of the mind in spirit, and they give me such a lot of information about the children that I work with. So it's like having insight information, basically. But, you know, I see spirit, I feel spirit. I'm lucky enough to know when my mum and dad were around, and my mum's hanging over my shoulder here now. And I just want to say that does bring a lot of comfort. But they're around all of you. All of you here have got more than one person that's walked in here with you tonight. Okay? And all of you here, whether you're aware or not aware, there's someone trying to get through to let you know at home that they are with you. Now, their messages can be very subtle. You can see the curtains move. If you've got a picture of a loved one, you might find that the frame might move, or if it's on the wall, the frame might move. Very subtle. Smell certain perfumes. You might feel someone they're very close, like it's like cobwebbing over your face. That's just them saying they're that close. Yeah? Their messages can be so small. You might hear a tune, or you might get a verse of a song, and that tune or that verse keeps playing over and over and over in your mind. But there's a message in that verse. Okay? There's a message there saying something to you. It's not your mind's, it's them. Okay? And it's very, very difficult to say, I'm imagining this. You know, it's very easy rather to say, I'm imagining this, I'm imagining that. It's not, because if it's given to you more than once, it's not you, it's them. Okay? And they do, and they're aware of our friends, they're aware of our telephone calls. If my mum's not with me, my dad's with me, my grandparents are with me, and I know they go back and they rat on me. Because I would get another message, oh, you've been doing this then. I think, right, okay. You know, they're aware of my work colleagues. They're aware of babies, new souls that enter the world. They visit, they're there. And every person who passes attends their own funeral. Now, I know this is going to sound silly to some of you, but it's not silly, because they are standing there with you at the graveside or the crematorium, just to say, I'm still here, okay? So they're there all the time. From the minute you open up your eyes in the morning to the minute you close your eyes at night, okay? Now, why I'm being told to tell you that is because it's like they need a cut-off point when they pass. They attend their own funeral, and then their loved ones are there, and then they come back. Okay? Just need that cut-off point to say, right, okay, this is not my physical body anymore, this is my spirit body. Now most souls that pass very easy indeed. And some have very smooth transitions, okay? Quite a lot to have smooth transitions. But they're always there and they come back. I was once going to my mum and dad's grave in Chelmsford to put some flowers on, and there was a funeral. And as I was walking past this funeral, this lady said to me, "This is my funeral." And I said, "Oh, right." This is my funeral, this is my family. And I said, "Oh, brilliant." And I said, "But I can't give a message." I said, "Yeah, I can't go up and give a message." She said, "Oh, no, I just thought this is my funeral." I said, "Right, okay." And she was so pleased that this was her funeral, you know. And sometimes, you know, the more open we are to spirit, the easier they can get a message through to us, okay? But never doubt their love, because love never dies. Just like the soul never dies, it's only the physical body which disappears. Whether it's buried, cremated, thrown overboard, it's a physical overcoat, okay? The thing that can tell the difference between everyone, what colour hair you are, if you're short, tall, what colour eyes you have, but the soul, the real us, continues to live on. It's eternal, because the soul can't die, okay? And their world interacts with our world. As a child, I used to see people walking up and down the high street, okay? And a lot of children, actually a huge majority of children, see spirit. You'll be amazed how many children see spirit. When I used to go in and do personal care, going back years ago, with children, and I would work with children who are non-verbal, and they would look over my shoulder and they'd be smiling at someone, and I would think, yeah, I know who you can see standing behind me. And you know, it's amazing. But just to say yes, they are aware, and their love continues.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready. I have nothing else to do but wait.
Okay. I don't see lights over people's heads. You can see a different medium 7 nights a week, and every medium will work differently, okay? There's always a slight difference because we're all different people. So we all work on different threads. It's like threads of energy, okay? So I don't see lights over people's heads. I literally go to where the energy takes me. If it's a no, please say no. I go back and I ask, okay? Don't feed the medium, as Willow says, apart from here's a glass of red wine and a nice bit of cheese, and yeah, then that's fine. And a smile, okay? Because this isn't a miserable time, okay? I'm being drawn to this side of the room, and I'm being drawn to the lady sitting there, and you've got the lovely green, the black dark hair, and you've got the lovely green.
Me, yes.
Yeah. Hello. I don't like to point. I think it's. Can I have your name, please?
Melanie.
Melanie. As I'm being brought over there to you, Melanie, I'm being made aware that it's been a tough time around you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. And I just feel that it's been like walking in treacle. It's been difficult. It's like, really, how do I get through this? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Got a gentleman that draws in very, very close to you, and I want to go on mother's side of the family, and I want to go to grandfather, please.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you understand the name? They've just given me these names, so I hand them over, but I feel they're connected with his side of the family. James, Bob and Jim. Jim may be known as James. Sometimes James is Jim, and Bob.
I don't know them close.
Okay. I'll just hold on to those names, but I feel if someone was to search the family tree, you'd find those people, okay? Now, I don't know if you knew Grandad or not,
Yeah.
but can you understand that Grandad was a very deep-thinking man? He used to think, he had things going on, very deep thoughts in his mind.
Yeah.
I feel this man, I don't know, he's not saying he was well read, but he had knowledge, this man. This man had loads of knowledge, okay? He soaked up knowledge like a sponge, this man. And he would have passed, he's telling me, very easy, but early in the morning. He said early in the morning.
Yeah.
He would have had chest pains, a chest condition, okay? It's taken me to his chest. He's saying he's very short of breath as well.
Yeah.
His breathing got shallower and shallower. There would have been a yellow tinge to his face as well. He just wants to bring that across as evidence that it's him, okay? Thank you. He doesn't want any more tears, okay? I feel he's telling me that there was a bit of a fight in the family. Not a punch-up, but an argument. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
People rubbing up against each other. And it would have caused a lot of friction, he's telling me here. Do you understand?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. And he wants that to end. He wants no more part of it. There's no more part of it. It's got to end. That's it. Okay. This man would have said it as he saw it. He's managing to hold himself back very nicely because he could have had quite some colourful language as well. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Thank you. So he's managing to keep himself well under control here. He feels like a very lovely man, but he would have had a temper. He had a temperament, please, okay? Now he's been looking at you, and he's been looking, and he says, come on, dry those tears, okay? He wants to see you go forwards, okay? Can you understand who's got the pain? I'm going to shoulder pain, and it's going round here. It's like a tension pain. Feels like tensed up. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's my mum, his daughter.
And I want to say that mum worries. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it is tension. It is tension, it's stress, nervous exhaustion. He's saying, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you understand Irish links, please?
No.
I've got to give Irish links going back in the family, whether it was a holiday or that, but I've got to give that, okay? Thank you. I want to say, please, yes, take me to Belfast. Okay, take me to Belfast. I don't know if someone was in the army and they served there at one point, but I've got to go there, okay? Yeah, troubles, he's saying, okay. He feels it's like, he feels it's been a bit like a war zone, please. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you understand a younger man in the spirit world, please? And as this young man comes forward, I don't want to give him any more than his late 20s, this young man. Yeah, I want to give up 27, 28, that's what he's telling me, okay? I want to put him around you, I don't want to put him in a family, I want to put him just outside the family. This young man would have taken his own life. Don't worry if you don't, but I feel that he will be connected somewhere, someone around you. Okay?
Yeah, it could be.
But this young man could not see daylight. All he could see was a pit. Okay? And it would have been a cry for help, but it went too far.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was someone, yeah.
Okay. And he said there was no note left behind, he left nothing, and he's so sorry for the distress that it caused. Okay? Right, thank you. I want to say that this young man was a lovely young man. He had blue eyes, so I've got blue eyes here in front of me. He had a nice smile as well, a nice complexion. But he did drink, he did take to drink as well.
That's what killed him.
But I want to say, please, that he wants to put that aside and he just wants to come in to give you that for you to recognise, to know who he is. But he says he's fine now, he's settled in, he's fine, okay? But someone here still has regrets, okay? So I don't know if you can, it will come to you who has regrets, but someone here, he's saying, still has regrets, okay? So peace will come, he's saying, okay? To whoever it is, peace will come, okay? I feel that there was a grave connected to this young man rather than a crematorium, but I've got a grave.
Yeah.
Thank you. And on the headstone, I'm being shown a motorbike. A motorbike on the headstone.
I don't know.
So I want to say that whether this young man had a liking for motorbikes but I've got a motorbike, can't take it away and he's not taking it away, okay? Thank you. But he would have drove fast as well. It's a bit like a James Dean character, live fast, die young, okay? But he's saying no regrets. He doesn't want any regrets. And that is for you, please. Do you understand why he's telling you that?
I think it's for my brother. Yeah.
No regrets. Yeah. No regrets. Who's Gary on the earth plane around you? Someone that can't get over a bereavement. Someone that is a bereavement, but it's been too much for him to get over. He's still grieving. Okay, I just feel he needs a little bit of help with that. Okay. For yourself, I want to say that they're telling me here, who's got eczema? Who's got itchy skin?
My nephew.
Thank you. I'll just give someone around you who has itchy skin, okay? But I want to say that get past February, March, I'm not here to predict, I don't put myself in into South End here, but things will seem easier, okay? But yes, I do want to give Irish links. Thank you. So maybe you can find out where those Irish links are. Can I come to the young lady sitting next to you, please? Hi, can I have your name?
Helena.
Helena. As I've been brought to you, I don't know if you're both together or friends or...
Just met tonight.
But I just feel, please, with you, that to be a bit more positive. Do you understand? A lady is giving me this, please, and I've got a lovely nan standing here, and this lady feels all soft and cuddly, but when she entered the room, her energy filled the room. This energy would have been a lady that she could have been very quick-tempered, this lady I've got here, okay? I'll give you what this lady's given me. Very quick-tempered. She looks like, you look like this lady in the facial features. Around the eyes and the nose area. But this lady would have said it as she saw it. So she looked all cuddly and fluffy and furry, but she had that other side to her as well, please, okay? This lady was a good cook. This lady can bake cakes as well, okay? And she's given me custard creams. I don't know if she likes custard creams or someone here likes custard creams, but she's given me custard creams, please. Okay? Now I want to give a nan, and I want to put on your mum's side of the family. Can you understand this, lady, please? Thank you. Can you understand a name in spirit, Elizabeth, but she may have been known as Betty?
No.
Then just hold on to that, please, okay? Can you take that, lady? Then I am with you. Well, I want to say Betty. She would have been Elizabeth, but known as Betty or Bet, okay? I want to go to the around London. I want to go up the East End, please. I've got to go to London Links, please. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Thank you. I want to give a lady that was stick thin. She said I was just like, ooh, straight down. She had the old-fashioned crossover pinion, but this lady lived on her nerves. And when she did her housework, she would sing. It reminds me of a high-pitched singing voice, because she used to do that. She used to do her housework really, really quickly, because she just lived on her nerves, okay? I want to say Jean. Can you understand the name of Jean from the spirit world, please?
No, only the living world.
I've got to go to the spirit world, okay? Jean. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I want to say, please, that who sees everything in black and white and no one sees colour? So it's like seeing a bigger picture. Do you understand? You doubt yourself, don't you? Yes, you do. It's what they're telling me. Okay, don't doubt yourself. Okay? Don't doubt. You've got a lovely link with spirit yourself. You feel your energy, I'm being told. You sit there and you think, who's here with me? Do you understand?
Sometimes, yes.
So it's clairsentience. Okay, you're picking up an energy. Okay. Who's got a lady? Who's got a ring left by a lady, please?
Me and my sisters.
Thank you. And this lady was always worked on a nurse, and she would have played with her rings. She's making me turn my mum's wedding ring round here, so she would have turned her rings around. Do you understand?
Okay.
And she's holding your hand very, very tightly. Who do you want to hear from, please?
My mum.
Can you understand the lady here has put a stress ball in your hand? Something to... No, I'll just say, I feel like she's putting a stress ball in your hand. So at times when you feel very stressful, it's something for you to push against. You understand? Thank you. I want to give a birthday in March.
Okay, yeah.
And a passing in February.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And I want to give a birth of a baby just after an Easter break.
Okay.
So around the Easter time there was a baby born. Okay? That's what I'm being told. This is just going back. Okay, it's not coming, it's going back. Okay, your mum would have passed very easily at the end. Do you understand? It would have been difficulty leading up, but she passed easily at the end.
Glad to hear it.
Can you understand the link of cancer?
Yes.
Can you understand that mum would have lost a lot of weight?
She did.
And can you understand a pink rose? I've got a pink rose, or, yeah, no, it's a rose. She's giving you a pink rose with love.
Okay.
Okay? Who had the sweet tooth? Very sweet, that's sweet.
On earth plane or passing?
In spirit, someone had a very
My
sweet
mum.
tooth. So as she gives you as she gives you the pink rose, I want to say it's an icing rose of a cake. You know, like a cake, you do a birthday cake and you have the icing rose, it's an icing rose. And all of a sudden I've got that sweet taste in my mouth. Thank you. Don't remember me as I was at the end. Remember me how I used to be. And she loves you to bits. She stands by your bed, and she was the one that you thought you saw the other night.
Okay.
You understand? She thought you just got a glimpse of someone the other night. That's what she's telling me.
Okay.
Maybe very quick, a shadow or something very quick, but that was her, out of the corner of your eye.
Okay.
Okay? August. She's giving the month of August. There has to be a link to August. Okay? And I'm going to a pub, and I'll give you the pub, the Railway Tavern. And I'm seeing an old pub called the Railway Tavern. And I've got to give a gentleman going back that would have drunk in this pub. Okay? And it's an old separate, you had the snug and you had the saloon, so I'm going back here. And this gentleman, there would have been a piano in the corner, and this gentleman just had a pint in here, got a flat cap on. I want to go on mum's side of the family, I want to go to great granddad, please. Okay?
Okay.
But he's just taken me to this pub, and this pub is by a railway line. Okay? So whether you can find out whether there's a photograph or whether there's someone you can ask, please do that, okay? Thank you. Right, you've lost something, you've been looking for something, Mum said. It's like someone's dropped something or misplaced something and someone's looking for something. She gave me that very clearly, okay? The car keys or what, but you keep forgetting where you're being putting things, please.
I can't think of specifically one
Okay.
thing. There's been a few
No,
things.
but I mean, it's like sometimes your mind gets so full things get crammed in and you put something there, gone. And she's just saying your mind is always constant, it's always on the go.
That's true.
Okay? So she says one thing at a time, like a tick list. Okay? And don't worry about Christmas. I hope that makes sense to you.
So she died.
Okay, don't worry about it. It will all be well. Okay, no more tears. Okay? Thank you. Okay, where am I going to go? Go to the lady in the front with the nice silvery pattern on the front.
Yes.
Can I have your name, please?
Val.
Val. Can you understand Mother's love in spirit, please?
Yes.
Can you understand you look like your mum? Can you understand your mum was a very stubborn woman?
Yes.
Like Paddy McGinty's goat trying to move her, do you understand? And when she put her foot down, she put her foot down. She really put her foot down. And she found it very difficult to give up caring for herself.
Yes.
Do you understand? She didn't like anyone doing her care. And she's saying thank you. Okay? And she will always come back and say thank you. Can you understand that you're also a bit stubborn yourself?
Yes.
So you follow after Mum, please, okay? And you follow after your Nan as well. It's a line, okay? But very, very strong-minded women. Very strong-minded women. And I've got a gentleman here. Can you understand the name of Jack in spirit, please? Thank you. And can you understand Jack used to like a betting of Gigi's now and again? Yeah, thank you. And nothing, you never run anything major, just like to bet on a Gigi's, especially when it came round to the Grand National. And he always had a ticket behind his ear to show me with a ticket or docket behind his ear, please. He rolled up his own as well, and he would have had a roll up behind his ear as well. Always whistling. I've got a man here, and as he went to work, jacket slung over his shoulder, and he would have whistled as he walked down the road. I'm going back for this man, okay? This man was a fast walker. He would have strode. He never took small steps, he would have strode. I've got to go back to the time when the gentleman here would have had a bike, an old bicycle. As I'm hearing this bicycle, I can hear it needs oiling because it's squeaking as it's going down, okay? He never had a lot, but what they had, they appreciated, okay? Can you understand I'm not in town, I'm just outside of town? Thank you. A little bit rural, please, okay? I want to go to a knee. Can you understand a problem with a knee or painful knee?
Yes.
Please, thank you. And your joints and the bottom of your back as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Your mum, please, she would have had a problem with a hip. Who's the lady I've got here, their mum or nan, that would have had a problem with a hip? I've got to go to a hip.
Yeah, not been in my name.
Thank you. Your sisters, please.
No, it's my niece.
But you are very, very close. Can you understand a sister in spirit?
Yes.
Thank you. Right, I've got a lady here that would have had a problem with her hip, okay? And she also would have had sciatica, because it would have shot down from her bum, she's saying, right down the back of her leg. Okay? Can you understand that mum and sister are here together? Yeah? Who's Michelle on the earth plane? A Michelle. Not in spirit, on the earth plane. I've got to go to a younger female energy. Don't worry, that will come to you today, tomorrow, that will come to you, okay? Thank you. Can you understand? Would the sister be your mum? Thank you. And can you understand? I've got the Carpenters music playing here. I've got only yesterday. It seems like only yesterday. Do you understand? Yeah? And can you understand that she loves you to bits, Mum? She always did, she always will. Okay? And she's saying here, I have your back. Do you understand why she's saying that? She's looking out for you. Okay? Who had the red Volvo? Thank you. And can you understand there would have been just niggly problems with this car? Just, yeah. It's a bit like Fred Flintstone's car, and he just everything gave up on his car. And almost like he had to put his feet through the car floor to move it, okay? Who's got a problem with a car now? Only minor problems, but it's niggling. It's little tiny niggly problems. Thank you. And can you understand, it's just, oh, not again. It's just, there's a squeak coming from it. You understand?
And the fan belt on the way out.
And it's just like, oh, what's next? Okay? It's not, come on, give me cars here. We had a lot of cars. Do you understand? We had the Triumph Herald going back. The old Triumph Herald. Yeah, thank you. And I've got to go back to the old jalopy, going back, and it would have opened the door that way. And I would have just packed up this car and gone out for a picnic. Just, you know, just a day out. Okay? Thank you. So they've given happy memories here, and they're saying there's still happy memories to make. April for a passing, please. April for a passing, okay? The end of April for a passing. I want to say, please, November for a birthday. And there's an anniversary of a passing around now. And can you understand, as we're coming up to Remembrance Sunday, I've got a young man here, and I have a young man. This young man would have served in Afghanistan, and he came back, but he got shot out there. Can you understand a young man that would have lost his life out there? Okay, I'll throw it open in a minute. So I've got this young man, and he's got, it's just like I don't know what regiment, he's got a red feather on the side of his cap. So is that the signals? Is that the, don't know what it is. Red feather, a red, yeah. He's got the beret, it's got a red bit here. Okay, I'll throw that out in a minute. But I want to say, please, that, I want to say, please, that, you know, everything will be okay, because it's been a bit rough, do you understand? And can you understand the passing? And I feel this passing, if it was recent, if it wasn't recent, it still feels recent. Yeah? And can you understand a child's love coming from the spirit world, please? And this child is very much there with you. Okay? I want to say, please, there would have been a baby that was born, but the child passed with a cot death. Can you understand the cot death in the family? I may be going back for this, okay? Memory link in this lady's mind, okay? I want to say, please, that the child passed suddenly, okay? Thank you. I've got greyhounds here, so someone like greyhounds or raise greyhounds. I've got the name Sid coming in here as well. And I've got Fred coming in here, and I've got, oh, it's an old name. I've got Albert or Alfie, but what was that name you just gave me? What came in and it went out? A lady's name, really, yeah, I'm going back for this lady to the 1940s, 1950s, and this lady has got the old-fashioned pinny on. She would have had dark hair. I want to link her to you because you look like this lady. And I want to give a lady that would have had the, I'm going in this old-fashioned kitchen, and she would have the washing up bowl, but it was a tin washing up bowl. And as I see this tin washing up bowl, this lady is just, she had some meat on her, and this lady just would have got on with things. She just got on with things. Whatever happened, get on with it. It'll all come out okay in the end. And that's what she's saying, it will all come out okay in the end. Okay. Elspeth. Elspeth? That's a... Just hold on to that, okay? I'm going to throw this out. So I've got this young man standing here, and he's still standing here. And I don't normally work like this, but I'm going to throw this young man out. Can someone understand the young man that served in Afghanistan and he didn't come back? So given me, is it was it where they used to, the village? Woodham. That's it, thank you. He was in a tank regiment. Cheeky, he's cheeky young man. He would have had gingery hair, red hair, ginger. He wore freckles, he had blue eyes, he had a grin on him, and he would have caught the eye of the girls, that's for sure. He was a bit, he's telling me I was a bit cocksure of myself. He said it happened. But someone must know his mum here. Someone must know his mum. Okay, so if you don't want to say, that's fine. I'm going to the back of the hall. But if someone here can take this young man, then just take his love. And if he isn't linked to you, but he's linked to someone that you know, just say that he just gives his love, if you can. Okay? Is that okay? Right, thank you. So he just wouldn't go anywhere until I gave it. Who's never had a reading before? Who's never been here?
No, never been here.
Okay. I am what you see, okay? I don't work for Darth Vader, I work for the right side, okay? I always say, may the force, in my mind to my guys where I work, may the force be with me to infinity and beyond. And one night I said something, and in front of me was Darth Vader, and I said, all right, fine. Right, can I come to you then, please?
Yeah.
Can I give you a gentleman in the spirit world, and you look like him, facial features, very, very much, I can see the facial features. I want to go to an uncle, I want to go on your mother's side, I want to give a gentleman who was very, very kind-hearted. He would have done almost anything for anyone. He did have a broken heart, this man, at some point, over a lady. Can you understand the name of Albert, please? Maybe known as Billy.
I don't know Billy, but he's still with us.
But this is in the spirit world, okay? Thank you. So whether Billy was named after Albert, I don't know, but I've got to give Albert in the spirit world. This man comes in, you've got your granddad here as well on your mum's side of the family. Did you know Granddad, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did you understand, please, that Granddad liked being out in the garden?
Yeah, yeah.
He just liked the fresh air. He didn't like to be cooped up, and he didn't like a tie either. He felt like he was being strangled with a tie. So he would have dressed up on formal occasions, but he didn't like dressing up, please. Do you understand? He was a he worked hard, this man, all his life he worked hard. He wasn't work shy, that's for sure. And he's saying, you're not work shy either, okay? But you do doubt your capabilities, he's telling me here to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you do doubt yourself as well. He's making me go like this. and he's just rubbing his hands together, and he would have kind of, I don't know if he had, come on, yeah, he's rubbing his hands together, and he's saying sometimes this man would have had cold hands, so he would have had some circulation problems, this man as well, okay? He wants you to stop worrying, okay? He says sometimes in your mind you create things. Do you understand? He said you've got to stop doing that, okay? Write down things that you want to do, jobs that you want to do, and put them in an order, then you won't panic, okay? Because he said you go and do something, you don't finish it, but then you go on to do something else, and then you go back to that. Do you understand? Thank you. Can you understand problems with a car? I'm going to a mechanic. I'm just going to, got the bonnet up here, and I'm just fiddling around underneath the bonnet. I've got an oil change or a service or something like that, please. Do you understand?
Not really, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to say that it's not you, it's someone around you. It's just like, it's got the bonnet up, and I'm looking underneath the car, and I can see, I can see a drip of oil. So just be aware of that, okay? If it's not you, then someone close to you, okay? Because as I'm looking at the car, I just see little dabs of oil underneath, okay? So maybe a loose wire, loose connection or something, please, okay? You like to be on time,
Yeah.
okay? You hate to be late, and you don't like letting anyone down either.
Yeah.
Okay? You are reliable, okay? And this man is proud of you, okay? He is proud of you. Can you understand Father's loving spirit, please?
Father's loving spirit, I don't understand.
Can you understand your dad? Can your dad still hear, please?
You're still with us, yeah?
Yeah. Can you understand, please? Then I want to say granddad. Then please, can you understand your dad's struggling a bit? Do you understand your dad's struggling a little bit, please? I just got struggles around dad or with dad, please, okay? Just struggles, that's all I've got, okay? Just struggles. And sometimes things just get on top of him. Do you understand? Yeah. Who's Bill? Maybe William, but I'm going to the spirit world. William, and he would have been known as Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I've got a lady here, and as she comes in, I've got to give the name of Iris. Are you both together, please?
Yeah.
Can I have your name, please?
Alison.
Alison, can you understand the name of Iris? I've got to go back in the family for girls that were given floral names, like Lily, Iris, and there would have been a rose as well. Okay?
Yeah.
You understand that? Thank you. Don't doubt yourself. The gentleman standing is don't doubt yourself. Okay. Who would you like to hear from?
Me?
Either of you?
Oh, my granddad, I suppose. I won't tell you which one, but my granddad.
Can you understand the name of Roy in spirit?
No.
I've got to give Roy with Jack.
You're no Jack.
Then I have to place Roy with Jack.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, it will come to you, okay? Thank you. Got to go to the lady, get very stressed, please.
Yes.
Yeah? And again, they're putting something like Play-Doh or stress ball in your hand as well, okay? And things get on top of you as well very easily, okay? And I feel with you, there's just, I don't know who it is, but I just want to get hold of someone with a problem, Do you understand? It's just someone around you, it's just annoying you. Do you understand? Got to go to a work situation. Yeah? I want to say, please, can you understand roses being laid in memory of someone, please? Red roses. I've got to give someone putting some roses on a headstone. Okay? Has to be an anniversary around now. Okay? Who's Alice?
My grandma.
Thank you. So I know what I was given was so I don't know if someone has put some roses or is about to put some roses on a headstone. You may hear about it, okay? Can you understand a young man in the spirit world, please?
Yes.
That passed very, very quickly.
Yes.
And it was a tragic situation.
Yes.
Can you understand that love is still very, very much there? Yeah? And he's saying there was nothing that you could have done about it. He was determined. Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. He's talking about a harrowing situation. That's how he's describing it, please. Okay? Can you understand a young man that went into the army? Okay, it's not the young man I gave now. This is someone that would have went in the army. He's still here, still on the airplane, but he went into the army, or he went into the army. Okay, so maybe this young man knew someone that went into the army. Okay. April for a passing, please. Yeah. Okay. April for a passing. A birthday in November. And August, there's a birthday in August. Okay? Right, I want to say please that as I'm looking at the flowers on the front, they want to give you flowers, but they want to give you bright colours, spring colours, okay, big bouquet. There's a mum in spirit. Who's got mum in spirit, please? No one? Okay, then I've moved on. But Albert, I've got to look at you and give the name of Albert again. Okay?
So if you can't take it, that might be for me. He does this. He pops up to 3 or 4 different people's readings every single time.
Okay.
Every time.
But just know that they are there with you. This young man is very, very much there around you. Okay? Right. Where am I going? Can I come to you, please?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you jump. What's your name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, as I come right there to you, can you understand there's been times recently when you felt like you're struggling?
Yes.
Yeah? And can you understand what a father's love here, standing here with you?
Yes.
Can you understand that Dad passed very, very quickly? At the end.
At the end, maybe, yes.
And I've also got to give memory links for a man that's just went, heart attack, he caved over, he said, he just went. Maybe go back up, memories of a man that had a heart attack and he would have just dropped like a stone. Okay?
It was connected to the heart, but not a heart attack.
But he dropped like a stone, he's telling me. That's all I can say, it's all he's given me. Can't change his words, okay? So maybe he collapsed, that's what he's saying, he collapsed. Can you understand there would have been a blood condition with this man as well? The angina or a blood condition with him. Thank you. Can you also understand, please, that I've got to give problems with the bottom of your back as well.
Yes.
And I want to say headaches as well.
Yes.
Yep. And you're very, very tired, I'm being told also.
Yes.
Okay. But you do need your eyes testing. If you have
That's
it.
booked.
As a visit to the dentist, sorry. So I don't know.
I've done that one.
Don't panic. I say don't panic, okay? Right. Who's Glenn?
Glenn.
Glenn. I've got to put it to a male, and I want to go to the spirit world for Glenn. Okay? I want to put him just outside the family, but he was known to the family. Okay?
Have to think about
Got links to Australia, please?
that. Yes.
Thank you. And I've got to go to New Zealand as well.
New Zealand.
Okay, but I have to get to New Zealand as well. But I want to go to Australia, and that's where I want to put Glenn linked to Australia. Okay? Thank you. I want to say, please, there's a birthday around now. Someone that was in the spirit world, there's a birthday around about now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I want to say Dad is here with you as well. Yeah? And as Dad comes in, he puts his hand on your shoulders and he's trying to just get you just to sit down and just relax and to stop panicking. So when you panic, you don't breathe. Yeah?
Yes.
And you get yourself very, very stressed, where all your muscles tighten up, please, okay? So he's saying whatever the situation is at the moment, it will pass. It will pass, okay? Can you understand it? Who's worried about a younger member of the family? Someone's worried about a younger member of the family. I'm not saying health, but just worried about someone. And then someone's got into a bad lot, or got friends with a bad lot, or they're just running a bit mad at the moment. I don't know. Someone
Couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, but they'll calm down. They'll calm down, okay? Thank you. And someone's got a teenager or someone in the house with loud music and banging doors and nothing's fair, and you know, they go through that stage, don't they? And don't worry about it, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Can you understand the name of Martha, please? No, I've got to give you Martha, okay? I want to put on Mum's side of the family, okay?
Well, might be, but I didn't know a lot of my mum's family.
Who's got a ring belonging to a lady in spirit, please?
Yes.
Thank you. And I have to give some earrings also belonging to a lady in the spirit world as well. Someone's got them. You know the old clasp earrings?
Yeah.
Yeah, pair of clasp earrings. This lady would have clasp earrings. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. And someone's got a gentleman's wristwatch as well. The gentleman would have lost a lot of weight, and as I'm seeing his arms, the watch would have just hung on his arm. Please, he's lost a lot of weight, this man, and I'm going to put a cancerous link around this man, and he's making me feel very, very tired.
Can't take that at the moment.
Can the lady sitting next to you take it, please?
Sorry, I was miles away.
I think you could actually.
Yeah.
Can you understand a gentleman in the spirit world would have had a cancerous condition, and as I'm seeing this man, his arm, it was very, very thin, and his wristwatch would have just hung on his arm. Yes, thank you. Can you understand also this man just come in just to be remembered, to say that I am with you, okay? Because you have had tears. It's talking about tears, please. You understand? And I've got to say it's linked to a gentleman that passed in the spirit world, and this gentleman is very much there with you. Okay. Can you understand the name of Jonathan, please? And I've got to go to the spirit world. John or Jonathan. Okay.
Can't place him.
Okay, don't worry. I've got to give you the name of George also.
Yes.
So Jonathan is linked there. Okay, don't worry. Maybe John knows Jonathan. I've got to give that. Okay. And can you also understand the name of Bill as well? May have been William, but Bill as well.
I want to say yes, but I can't quite think of.
I've got to go on your granddad's side, on your father. Your father, around your granddad on your father's side.
Can take all the information you said.
Right.
No.
Don't normally do this to me, but I will go with the flow. Are you all together?
We are.
Yeah.
I can take the man with cancer who has a watch that would have hung on him. I can take the name Bill. I can take the name George.
Thank you. Well, as long as you can take it, it's all right. It's all
Bill,
I
my
ask you to
grandfather.
take it.
And I can take the name Jonathan.
Thank you. Can you understand also a child that passed in the spirit world? Maybe in a miscarriage. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I
it's
can.
linked to you, but
No, I
linked.
can
Okay.
take the baby as
Thank
well.
you. And there's a child on the way. I'm not saying you, so don't panic.
That
But
was
there
quite
has-
funny actually.
There has to be a child somewhere on the way. Okay?
I can't take that, but that's
Well-
quite funny if there is.
Yeah, that's what they're just saying. I guess what they're just saying. I'm not going to give you the colour of the wall. I just, that's what they're saying, because it's new energy, new life, new happiness, okay? And it needs smiles. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It needs smiles, it needs laughter at the moment, yeah? And it's just been such hard going, heavy going, do you understand? Can you understand someone that passed very, very quick? I feel this is fairly recent. I don't want to give someone that while back,
Yes.
okay? I want to say, that's fine. Can you understand there would have been breathing difficulties for the person that passed? And they were in hospital, and I don't know if it was linked to COVID, I don't know, but I just feel that it would have been, I feel it would have been just before or during, do you
Yes.
understand? Thank
Yeah.
you. Who's Scott?
Someone I work with.
Okay, it's fine. And can you understand that he just needs uplifting at the moment? Scott?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. I want to say with all of you that, you know, there's a lot of love around all of you, okay, but specifically both of you at the moment, there is laughter needed. Who's thinking of moving home?
Yeah.
They pick up on all the faults, as you know, but your dad is standing there very much beside you, and he wants to see you smile. Okay? Before I finish the prayer, who's Tricia? Thank you. Okay. And I just want to say also let's put the stress ball in your hand.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
tons of them.
Who works with children? Or has something to do with children?
I can take the connection.
She'd be very good as a teacher.
Yeah, that's been mentioned before.
You'd be very good with children. Okay. Thank you. Can I just quickly come to the lady with the lovely pink cerise scarf?
Thank you.
Can I have your name, please?
Melissa.
Melissa. Melissa, do you understand, please, at the moment, they just want to see a smile. The smile's been missing. Do you understand? If it's not you, someone around you, the smile's been missing.
Yeah.
and it's just one thing after the other, like the snowball effect.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you understand? Thank you. Can you understand Albert and Lily? Albert and Lily.
Albert, I can take. Yeah, he's my father-in-law.
Thank you, but I've got to give a Lily also in the spirit.
Not a Lily.
Can't change it.
Oh, apparently, yeah. But
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have your name, please?
Mary Ann.
Yeah, Albert and Lily. I had to keep those two names together, okay? I've got to go back to the time when someone didn't have a washing machine. They were the days of the modern comms, I say, and they would have had the washboard. You know, they used to. What do they used to call it? The board.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? It was. Yeah, yeah. They used to put the clothes in. They used to,
Yeah.
They had the mangle as well. So remember, my name's Mangle.
Right.
And they the clothes, yeah. And they would have had the copper boiler as well. So I'm going back to that era. Thank you. I've got a lady here that would have got down on the floor and literally scrubbed the floor. She would have done cleaning at one time for someone, please. Okay? I won't say cleaning in houses, not offices. Okay? She was quite precise about that, okay? But this lady would have just got down, and I've got a stone floor here. So I've got the old-fashioned fireplace that needed the fire being sorted out and lit. I've got the old-fashioned mantelpiece that would have come down, you know, the old-fashioned type. Thank you. Can you understand the name Elizabeth, please?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. And can you also understand freesias in connection with the lady?
Oh, that's my favourite flowers.
Yeah? And can you understand they're the favourite flowers of another lady in the spirit world? And I've got primroses here, so very, very floral scent. Very floral scent, okay?
Yeah.
And if you smell this scent, that's the lady that's around you. Because you feel spirit. Do you understand? Which one of you feels energy and knows when spirit or feels when spirit is? Thank you. You felt someone pulling your hair? Or playing with the back of your hair?
I have done, yes.
Thank you. And I've got to give a child around you, okay? I've got to give a little boy who's around you, and I want to put this child in the family, okay? Maybe going back for this child, that this child is showing himself as 2 years of age, around the age of 2 when he passed.
Not sure about that.
Okay, so just hold on to that job, it's around you, okay? I'm going back to the 1980s when this child passed, okay? I want to say, please, that he had heart. There was something wrong with his heart. There was something wrong with this child's heart, okay? He was born with a hole in the heart, and it left a weakness. I feel the hole didn't close up. That's what I'm feeling, okay? Because I can feel the heart pumping. So whether it's, oh, but if it's not directly, I've just got to give a child connected, okay? Thank you. Who's been looking at wanting to do a patio or redo a patio? Talk about someone that wants a patio.
My neighbour's had it done.
Okay. What's wrong with the patio? Did they not do the proper job, or did they wash it up a bit, or did they? There's something. They're looking. There's something not right with the patio. I don't know what it is. Okay, but don't worry. It's just what they're saying here. Got a gentleman here that would have been connected to the building, and he liked things being done properly. Okay, painter and decorator. he would have liked the things done properly. He didn't do any posh jobs. He done it properly. When he done a job, he done it properly. Okay? I've got to go back to this man, and he's got a pair of white overalls on. He would have worked for a firm, and this gentleman would have done a good job. But he could have turned his hand to almost anything, carpentry, anything. Okay? This gentleman would have passed with a link of cancer in the esophagus, because it's making my voice, it's playing with my voice. Okay? Thank you. So just he would have had a cancer there, please. Okay? He was a heavy smoker. Heavy smoker. Okay, I want to put him on your mum's side of the family.
Not sure of that.
Okay. Can anyone else take this man? I will throw him out. I mean, I won't throw him out. No, then I haven't been okay. You have a push bike.
No.
This man over here would have had a push bike. Okay. Yeah, I've got a
Don't know
point.
much about your mum's side of the family at all.
No,
do you?
my parents died when I was very young baby.
Alright, so
I-
maybe if
but
you
my
do the
father
truth.
did die of cancer of the pancreas, of the
Okay.
his throat and that.
Okay.
Other than
Look,
that,
I've got to give painting and decorating. I've got to give a man, and he won't go away because I can see him. He's got white overalls on, and he would, because he reminds me of an uncle of mine that always would have rode his bike. So I've got to, maybe this man was connected to your dad. Okay. And what's the decorating doing?
Oh, probably me.
she has it.
Who's had some problems with the building? Not severe subsidence, but just some movement. No, 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 no. I don't give anything. I don't give anything, but just some movement. Because houses move all the
Yeah,
time.
we did find a crack in our house that we're living in,
All right.
but it wasn't movement as
No,
far
no,
as we
no.
knew.
But that's just what they give me. But
Yeah,
houses move all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. But what he's saying is it needs to be done properly. Once it's done properly, it's fine.
yeah.
Okay. Who's Grace?
Sorry?
Grace.
Grace.
Right.
The other granddaughter, Grace, don't you? It's my niece.
Gracie and also
Yeah.
mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law.
Your ex-mother-in-law. Ooh,
That would be my grandmother.
was she a bit forthright? I've got a lady here that's very. I've got a lady here that was very, very forthright. This lady liked things done in a certain way, and it would have been, she's coming round, so we better polish or we better just move things around. This lady would have missed a thing.
No, she was quite a gentle, kind sort of person.
I've got to give an older lady with this. Okay? This lady wouldn't have missed a thing, and she liked things done just so. Okay? You can take Albert, and you can take Lily. Look at that side of the family, okay?
They weren't together.
No, but look at that side of the. Look at the family side that you don't know much about. Look into it, okay?
Yeah.
Look into it. There's a lot there that you don't know that you'll find out about, okay? December
we've
for a
been doing.
birthday. December for a birthday, please. Yeah?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
April for a passing. And there's a memory link connected to October,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay? And I want to say that, again, there's a new life coming to the family. So I don't know, I'm not looking at you,
Good.
Sydney.
I've done my bit.
But I'm just saying there's a new life coming to the family that I'm being told about, okay?
Okay.
And a wedding anniversary that they're still celebrating in spirit. So there's two people in spirit, a couple, their anniversary is around now and they're celebrating it over there. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you. And can you understand the name of Mary in spirit?
Yes.
Thank you.
You've
And
got-
Margaret. And Margaret. And I have to give the name Rose as well before I leave you. Okay? But just know that everything will be fine. Can I quickly go to the gentleman by the door? Can I have your name, please?
John.
John. John, as I'm being brought to you, can you understand I've got a gentleman here who reminds me of Prince Philip. He would have had his hands behind his back. Just what would have hands? Just something he done. He didn't know what to do with his hands. He was kind of like so he just put me in his pocket, or he just felt at odds sometimes. This man, okay. Can you understand Father's love in spirit, please?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Can you understand your dad? Your dad's still here?
No.
Then your dad in spirit.
Yes.
Thank you. Can you understand a man who's making me want to shout? So I'm saying no, but this man would have been hard of hearing, just a bit deaf in one ear. Okay? Can you understand someone on the earth plane who's a bit deaf in one ear? Or hard of hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you understand that I've got a gentleman here that did know how to turn a good deaf ear? So if he wanted to hear something, he'd hear it.
Yeah.
If he didn't want to hear it, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Okay? Can you understand the gentleman I've got here was quite strict? He was strict in his ways. He had his rules, please. Okay?
Not sure.
He was very, very. He had a method in his madness, the way that he worked. He liked things done. He liked things done in an order. Please, this man liked order.
Okay.
Okay? Can you understand that with your dad wasn't a cuddly man, please?
Correct.
He wasn't a man that you would have thought, well, does he care about me or doesn't he care about me? Yeah? But he did care about you, he does care about you, he does love you. Dad couldn't show emotion.
Correct.
He was very, very blank. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Who's Frank connected to you in spirit? Frank.
I only know one Frank friend.
Can you understand that when Dad passed, it was, well, I don't know if I feel upset or not. Do you understand, please?
Oh, absolutely.
But he's saying that's fine with me. He understands.
Mm-hmm.
He understands. He's saying you're not like me, thank God, you are totally different.
Yes.
Okay? He's not making excuses, your dad, but he had a very, very rough upbringing.
Yes.
And I want to say the belt would have been used, please. Okay? It's very dictatorial household.
Yeah.
So children were seen but not heard. And I want to say the belt would have come off and it would have been, the strap would have been used, okay? You wouldn't have known much about it because he didn't talk about it, okay? Also, your granddad, your dad's dad, wasn't very nice to his mum either.
Okay. I
Okay.
didn't know about that.
But that's what they're saying, okay? So he's not making excuses, but he's saying, you know, he now knows that was a reason why he couldn't show emotion,
Okay.
okay? Can you understand, please, a younger gentleman in spirit that would have passed in very, very traumatic circumstances? There's a lot of sadness with this young man's passing. Who's Roy connected with you? On the earth plane, not in spirit.
Again, friend.
Okay, then I've got to say, young man, for ask, give me something else that would have passed in tragic circumstances because he was young and, you know.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Bruce.
Again, this young man liked life, he enjoyed himself, please, okay? But what happened, happened, okay? And that's the only way he's given it to me. Thank you. Thank you. He liked having a laugh as well. I've got a lady here, please, that's just joined me, and she's brought a ginger tomcat with her. So this lady would have had a ginger tomcat. I'm going back to a grandmother on your mother's side of the family. And this lady, I'm going back to your grandmother, yeah, your grandmother or great-grandmother, I think it's grandmother. This lady would have had some weight around her. She would have had a white pinny, this lady. Don't know if you have a photograph of this lady sitting in a chair in the corner of the parlour. So maybe your great-grandmother, but she would have had a ginger tomcat. She would have had a ginger tomcat there. Thank you. You look like this lady facially, okay?
Yeah.
I want to say, please, that I just want to take a deep breath with you. This lady, just take a deep breath, she said. Take a deep breath and breathe. Do you understand?
I do.
Because it's just been so full on. So just breathe. Take time out of your day and just breathe. And please be proud of yourself and keep your chin up. Okay? It's like you're in water, you pop down, take a mouthful of salt water, come out, you breathe, but then you keep going up and down. Just breathe and everything will be okay. Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah, it's all done. That was amazing. Thank you. Before you sit down, if you could just do closing prayer for me, that would be great. Before you sit down, and I'll make you get back up again because I'm evil.
No, you're not evil.
I would be if I made you let you sit down, and then I was like, get back up again.
If you just like to join us just as we close the evening down. Oh dear Father God, great Spirit, infinite love, we place a blessing on every family that's represented here, and we ask the doors this sanctuary always to be open for those to walk through to learn that life is indeed everlasting, and we ask for a safe journey home for all. Amen.